Hello, and welcome to Amplify's Lesson 3.3, Cellular Respiration. In this chapter, we're going to look at cellular respiration, which is how the cell gets energy, growth, meaning how the cell gets bigger or adds new cells, and then repair, what happens to a cell when it gets damaged. We're going to see this in a couple parts, but we're going to start with the warm-up to get going. In this warm-up, we're going to take about 7 minutes to look through this question and then answer it. Let's go ahead and go step by step. Students observe the metabolism simulation, focusing on what happens with amino acids and protein molecules. So you'll notice in the previous lessons we've been focusing in on glucose and how glucose affects the energy we get. Now we're going to focus on what the purpose of amino acids and protein is. Because if glucose and starch give us energy, why do we even need protein amino acids? To do this, we're going to start with the metabolism simulation. Once you open it up, select Healthy Body and Observe, you're going to go ahead and feed it 3 sandwiches to see what they look like. The goal is to zoom in on what's happening inside the cells and then magnify in to observe what happens and answer the questions. I'm going to go ahead and share this observation with you, and then I'm going to leave you to answer the questions on your own. So let's go ahead and let this sim load. And then once it's fully loaded, we can take a look by clicking through our options. Healthy body, reload. Remember, we're observing, not testing. And we're going to feed it 3 sandwiches, because this person is very hungry, it would seem. As we don't have all day, I'm going to speed this up. I'm noticing things breaking down, things filling in. Alright, now I'm going to zoom in. So the goal here, I'm going to pause this, is to find out what happens to these amino acids. You may have just noticed that the amino acids came together to form proteins. Let's go ahead and see if that happens with the remaining amino acids here. I'm going to turn off the other things in here so we don't get too distracted. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water, and it's glucose. I'm going to turn these things off because these things show us cellular respiration. But right now our focus is on the amino acids, so I don't want to lose track of that. So we'll see that they're rearranging. The protein is getting faded out. It's probably getting sent somewhere else among the cells of the body. And the amino acids are getting ready to do their thing. It may take a while for it to show up, but let's wait to see. And there's our first clue. Becomes protein, becomes protein, becomes protein. Alright, I'm going to pause it there as that's the observation you really need to look for this warm-up. So go back to the warm-up, answer in what you observed, and then record the information here. Make sure you try it with the sim on your own so you become more familiar with it. The more familiar you are with the sim, the easier it is for you to find out the answers to these questions on your own, so you don't have to worry so much about trying to look at every single video to solve every single problem. Okay, go ahead and fill that in. Do not forget to press the hand in button. Many of you have been turning in your assignments without clicking it, and it makes it hard for me to grade your Amplify assignments if you don't actually hand them in. In fact, it's not even possible, so hand in the assignment. And then I'll see you for the next part of the lesson.